Okay, I want to talk to you today a little crafty little process called V-process casting. It's actually a derivative of sand casting. It's sand casting that's very refined. Nice surface finish you get out of it. Tight tolerance. Um, Only done in aluminum. But anyway, the benefits of the V process are you have pretty short lead times. You don't need any draft. You can have perpendicular walls without draft. You can do thin walls, tight tolerances, and you get a good surface finish. So it's like a sand casting. So what is it? If you remember sand casting, you take a pattern, you embed it in a sand. The sand can have clay in it or sand can have chemicals in it, so it sets. You pull the pattern out and you pour your molten metal in there and it freezes, and you usually have a top and a bottom. So if you keep that in mind, but just how the sand is held is what makes the difference. So I got some pictures here. Look at the screen and you got 1 through 9. So number 1, you take your pattern and you set it in a box. Number 2, you have your pattern in the box and you drape a warm sheet of thin plastic over it. And number 3, if you look down in the right hand corner of the picture, you've got an arrow pointing out. That is vacuum being pulled. Now the pattern it's perforated with little holes so that when you pull, you can actually pull the plastic through the pattern, so it'll take up all the little shapes of the pattern to get you lots of detail. Picture number 4, you put a flask over the pattern that's in the box. Number 5, you fill it with sand. Number 6, you notice that number 6, you put a piece of plastic over the sand, so you got a piece of plastic on the pattern under the sand and then one over the sand. So with the weight of the sand and pulling the vacuum, that's what's making that plastic fit every contour of that pattern, so you really take that shape. And then number 7, you reverse the vacuum. So all of a sudden, if you look at the arrow on the bottom, it's going into the box, and then it's on the top where the pattern is, where the sand is, it's holding that with a vacuum into place. So it's already taken the shape of that pattern, and then it's like the plastic bag again with the coffee, it's holding it in place. So you do the same thing with the top and bottom, put them together, you have your cavity, you pour your material in. Pour your material in, the sand is dry, so once the material sets, you just open the box, release the vacuum, all the sand flies off, and you got your part. It's really good for the medical industry, likes it because the surface finish is so good. You can powder coat it and you get a smooth finish. You don't have to worry about body fluids, for example, in an operating room being stuck in a part. And the parts are just pretty and precise. It's a good alternative to investment casting, even if the part is two-dimensional enough and it's larger than, say, your hand. But anyway, that's V-process castings. It's done by about 4 different companies in the U.S. I deal with TPI Arcade. They're near Buffalo, New York. They do a good job. They're AS9100 and ITAR certified, and so they can do aerospace work and whatnot. But if your sand castings aren't satisfying you, this might be an alternative. Have a good day.